Hello, hi everyone, I hope you're well. So we're going to be talking about nutrition and its relationship to joint and muscle pain. Many people come into my clinic and they say, Zain, why are you talking about food when I've got pain in my back, I've got pain in my knee, I've got pain in my neck? Well, I'm going to show you how important nutrition is, vital for your healing and your recovery, and how it can be related to joint pain as well. So the first one we're going to talk about is the leaky gut. So this is something you can type into Google and you'll find lots of information on the leaky gut. It's something being studied very regularly. So I'm going to just draw cells. These are the cell wall of your intestine. So think about looking down your intestinal lumen, so the whole of your intestines, and you've got a wall on that. So the wall, this is the inside part, so all the food's going, and this is the inside of your body, if you like, or your bloodstream, where the food nutrients are coming through. So usually what happens is you get breakdown of your food by the enzymes into tiny little molecules that come through these small gaps here, and the immune system is sitting on this side and it says, oh, I know what that is, that's vitamin C, that's vitamin E. Great, fantastic, I know what that is. But if we have poor nutrition, poor diet, as well as stress, as well as poor sleep, lack of exercise, can all damage this wall and create, where's my red pen, and create inflammation, and there forms a gap, if you like, or the tight junctions become wider. Now what happens is, larger molecules enter, things that the immune system doesn't like for example LPS, which is lipopolysaccharides. These are toxic actually for your body. So if they enter into your bloodstream, your body has to get rid of it, and the immune system does that. It does it today, fine. Tomorrow, okay. Months, years, it constantly wears down. And also we found that lipopolysaccharides, where do they sit? The research tells us they go and sit inside of joint cartilage, muscle tendons, and other soft tissues. They create inflammation in those areas. Chronic inflammation leads to breakdown, leads to arthritis, for example, leads to recovery being delayed, healing being delayed. So it's very important we think about this. We think about not damaging that gut lining. And how does it get damaged? Poor diet, stress, lack of exercise, all those foundational pillars, but most importantly, all that processed food that we have. Sugar, lots of high sugar can create that damage in there as well. Okay, so we've got to think about not damaging that leaky gut, healing it with regular whole food use and fruits and vegetables. Of course, we go back to healing. Secondly, we're going to talk about antioxidants. So antioxidants are coming from your rainbow foods, your oranges, purples, greens, yellows. The more colors you have, the more of these antioxidants you're going to have. Now, what are they? Why are they so important? So if our body is trying to protect ourselves from stress, from environmental pollution, for example, poor diet again, all of those things, then we mount a response to try and protect ourselves. We create inflammation. We try to protect from the external influence. By doing so, we create something called oxidative stress. Oxidative stress, and I'm going to give you the analogy here so it's a lot easier to understand, is like a chair with one leg being kicked out. So it's got three legs, it's off balance, right? It's off balance because we tried to use it to protect us from whatever we had to protect ourselves from. Now these antioxidants are super powerful. Here's my red pen. Those antioxidants come in, and if you like, they give back that fourth leg. They create balance back into your system. They help you recover, repair, stop that overload of inflammation through the body. So that's antioxidants. There we go, it's another one for you. So we've got two so far. And the third, of course, is weight loss. And of course, excess weight puts pressure on your joints and muscle tissue, of course, but also we found that excess weight carrier, for example, someone who's carrying more, will then be more pro-inflammatory, will cause more of these cytokine releases, which are pro-inflammatory molecules, which start to essentially, if they're there for too long, they start to destroy muscle, joint tissue, etc. They are important because they are important for acute injury or stressing yourself enough to be able to not get too much damage. But if they're ongoing for a long time, that's when they start to destroy things. So of course nutrition plays a role with weight changes, specifically one hormone called leptin, which is your hunger hormone. It tells you if you're hungry or if you're full, and tells you, okay, you don't need to eat anymore. So your fuel gauge in your car, for example, tells you when you need to put fuel in. Now poor diet, poor nutrition starts to make this resistant. Just like insulin resistance, you get leptin resistance, right? Then the leptin doesn't get the signals right. It thinks you're full, or it thinks you're hungry still, even though you are full, right? So it gets a wrong signaling process. The other thing we know about leptin is if it's excessive, it starts to sit inside of your joint cartilage. Okay, so it sits in your joint cartilage. Again, it's not meant to be there, so it creates more inflammation, irritation. So hopefully this gives you an idea just by those three ideas here: the leaky gut, the antioxidants, the weight loss, that nutrition is very important and it's so useful for recovery and healing from your joint pain and your muscle aches and discomforts as well. Of course, if you're an athlete, if you're training, if you're playing sport, then these are really important to help you recover and heal.